It's time for another episode of New Music Inferno. You see our guest up in that corner. You don't see me yet because I didn't bring up the Zoom. But these boys come all the way from St. Louis, but he's right now hanging out at the Rocky Mountains with his family, and I appreciate him so much for taking time. I know we had a miscommunication because it's life, and we're all adults, and we have lives, and we're like, oh hey, interview, boom, gone,
Yeah.
life. But it's okay. We apologize to each other. It was my fault too. I didn't check in. But we have the lead singer of a band that I've been a fan for a while with, and they were on Fearless Records when they were brought to my attention when I found them out on Warped Tour. But they have a new song called Walls Out, and they have a new album coming out as soon as they are done tracking. I know they've been posting videos. You guys can find it on Instagram and TikTok. So let me bring David on right now. David from So They Say You're live on New Music Inferno. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No, hey, thank you for being here. I mean, honestly, when I saw that Instagram post that you guys had a new song out, I was like, okay, let me message him. Let me see if
Right.
they will get in contact with me because I haven't heard much from you guys in years, and then all of a sudden it popped up on Instagram, and I was like, let me go listen to this. So you have the new song out called Walls, and
Yeah.
the record is coming out soon. As soon as you guys get it done,
Yes.
you guys are doing it DIY, of course, right? Am I correct? Or
Yep.
no
Yep.
longer no longer in
Yeah.
Fearless?
Totally.
I'm like,
Totally. Also,
see,
we have a good relation. We have somewhat of a
yeah,
good relationship with them. It's not a big deal. It's kind of like
yeah.
one of those. Yeah, we're just gonna do it just a la carte. Just just keep it us and keep all the kind of industry stuff out of it, and just write some music.
Because it's been a few years since you guys have seen anything from you,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
what has happened in that time frame of the last release and Walls?
Oh man. About 20 years has happened, and
Yeah,
yeah, kind of like to sum it up, I would just kind of say guys kind of wanted to have families and stuff, and you get to a point where your little unit is some guys are being pulled in different directions, and you don't want to like. Not that you could if you wanted to, but you don't want to stop anybody from being happy or doing whatever they're doing. So, I mean, honestly, a lot of us just kind of went and said, hey, we gave it a really good run. Uh, let's go ahead and kind of get back to basics as being human beings. Like when you're on tour and stuff like that, I can't, I don't even know how many not Christmases, but like holidays like Easter, Thanksgiving, the big, 4th of July is like, I wasn't at home for my 21st birthday party, like all kinds of stuff, so it's like we kind of spent the last 10 or 15 years kind of catching up on normal life stuff, the stuff that gives you a reason to write music, like the experiences that we've all had now. We basically have all kind of kept loosely in contact with each other because it's weird. It's like almost like I would imagine like maybe like somebody you go through boot camp with, or somebody like maybe if you went to prison or something you were locked up with. He's like you're like family. Something you're like linked. Like you can't ever stop it. Like I mean, I was talking with our old drummer this morning. Like it's just we all still just know each other and we always will. But we all kind of had to take some time off and get some things in our lives like mortgages and all the cool stuff that makes you feel normal. So we're a Midwest band, so
yeah.
you showing up to the party at 32 years old, you're like, yeah, man, you know I'm kind of still living in my parents' house. I'm making demos. It's just like not the not the norm thing. So we kind of needed some norm. And
Definitely.
yeah, that's. I mean, for the past 10 years, I mean, everybody's still kind of been personally playing their instruments. I've been still writing. I mean, I broke it down to just writing acoustic on the couch for 10 years, just because that's. I've always felt like that's where songs come from. Anyways, for me, they all come from just a vocal and an acoustic, and from back from honestly, I mean, I was into everything from Metallica to Meshuggah to Dashboard Confessional. It's like it was that era for us. Like you were pretty much into anything good, and Yeah, I was just yeah, we've all kept going in our own little way, but it wasn't until like probably about 3 years ago when I started reaching out. Like actually our original guitar player who started this band, named the band and everything, hit me up and was
Mhm.
like, hey man, you want to do like like a reunion show, put this thing to bed, you know? And I was like, I don't do that, man. Like if you know, when I pull the sword out, dude, it doesn't go back till it's
Yeah,
go, you know. So
yeah, yeah,
started that, and then you know I had some songs ready, and so it within that gap, you know, it's like we've you know I've wrote all kinds of different genre songs, but there was some coming out that really sounded like hey, like what if we were mature back in like '05,
yeah,
and once we put out RIP, you know, like that's kind of where we're at now, is kind of trying to go back to kind of like our post-hardcore emo punk, you know, stuff. But at this age, it just doesn't fit me anymore, and it's not my vibe. So yeah, I mean, the last 20 years have kind of led up to this being cool to do again for us as far as fun, you know, like we're not all like completely tapping out every financial resource we have on, and that anyone that's even ever liked us, kind of, you know, now we can all kind of do this as men with families, and you know, like our new reasons now, a lot of it is to kind of show our kids, like, hey, this is what we used to do. Like we're just dad to them, you know,
yeah,
and so you know,
yeah,
but yeah,
definitely. I mean, honestly, it's crazy to see how like how band members of bands that of our generation. Honestly, we talked about it that you're 41 and you're in that age gap as age
yeah,
range as me. Um, to see how the people that left the industry, so to say,
yeah,
left, but have
yeah,
come back now
yeah,
as they've grown and they realize, you know what, I want to reconcile what I left a little bit. But like for you, you haven't left it. You've always been doing it. You've just like had to learn the process of life
yeah.
all over again without being on the road and being at home, having a stable job, whatever. But I appreciate it. I love it that you're still writing, and I love it that you are doing what you've always loved and not giving up. Like you said, like your former band member wanted to do, kind of say, hey, let's have a go away, final goodbye. I'm gonna tell you this: final goodbye has never happened in music.
No, no,
I've seen it with Thrice. I've
yeah,
seen it. I've seen it with Yellow Card
yeah.
and and other bands. But
I
nothing
feel like
nothing
I
wrong
feel
against
like
Thrice or Yellow Card. But I love you guys. Thanks for coming back.
right. Like you know, like as a musician, you can kind of like I think all of us have a certain degree of like empathic
Mm-hmm.
frequency
Yeah.
response. And it's like if your old bandmate kind of reaches out to you to play like one last show, that doesn't really mean that. It's like it's kind of like an ex-girlfriend hitting you up at, you know, 1 in the morning going, you know, you awake. It's like, well, you know what, you kind of know what this means, you know. And so I'm really like direct. So like I'm just like, nah, dude, let's just do it. Like it's like what better time than now? I mean, we've definitely taken enough of a break to where we're not all so jaded. Uh, you know, because that white 15 passenger van is where bands go to break up, man, and it's an unfortunate thing, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the guys, I got enough guys from the original flock to where I was like, okay, man, like now, you know, obviously you don't get them all, but you got all the bands that have come back as of recently. I kind of was like, guys, is this kind of like a trend? Like what are we doing here? Like, so we just kind of said like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things where it seems like really fun to be like a resurgence of like our youth, you know, like I almost wish we could go back to doing VFW shows and stuff like that, you know, and you know,
You still could.
I mean, yeah, it
You
probably
could
will happen,
you could
right?
come
But
to you
not
could
like,
come to Vegas, hit the lights, and play at the Eagle Area Hall down in Henderson here, and play
oh,
that.
just can you call Halifax up for me and get them on that?
Yeah, dude,
You
Halifax. Oh
know,
my God, those
I'll try to
guys,
see.
those
Yeah.
guys are great. I saw them back at the Chameleon Club years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and those guys were so cool to meet. And then they were at my age, and yeah, I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is Yeah, they were cool, and then I lost contact with them. I had their album, the EP signed, and everything. So that's
Uh,
that's
yeah,
funny that you
we
bring
did
them
a
up.
few we
Or
did a few
hey,
runs with those
how
guys.
about
They're
Ann
super
Arbor?
fun.
Let's bring Ann Arbor in too. Let's bring
Oh
Slade
my
and the
yeah.
boys in.
Oh
I mean,
man. Oh
and
oh dude.
let's throw Danny and the boys from the audition in. Come on now, come on.
Oh, you know we never got to play with them. I mean, maybe Warped Tour, but
I can call Danny up, be like, hey Danny, so they say wants to play a show. He lives in Tennessee now, so he's not that
that's where
far
I'm
from
at.
you. Oh
That's
well,
literally where I'm at.
he play he lives in Tennessee. He's married. He writes music,
Yeah,
and he does shows. I don't know where. Let me look it
like
up.
as a
Yeah,
solo guy. Or?
yeah. And I
Yeah,
saw him
he's
in Vegas a
not gonna
couple years
stop it.
ago. Danny Stevens. Let's go. Where is it? Come on. Let's see. Why is my new music Inferno? Booze free since 18. Tech deck enthusiast, melody maker. Yeah, he's in Springfield, Illinois tonight. I think. Yeah, he's on tour with Spitalfield right now.
Dude, that with Spitalfield.
Wait, is it?
Stop it,
No, hold on. Hold on.
dude. When that band came out on the scene, I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
that's an
I
old
was.
photo. That's from April. So he was. So he hasn't posted anything since April. So he's been busy with life on
Oh
Instagram.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's hey, I will tell you what, dude, like making the switch from being an actual musician to a social media influencer is the hardest thing to do in your 40s that you will ever take on. Like
Oh, I
we're all
know.
like, dude, we're so like did you post today? Did you post today? Like, no, I don't want to really annoy people. Like, no, like what in the hell, man? It's so crazy.
That's how I feel. I mean, honestly, it's like I'm 41. Who really cares about what I say?
Right.
But I
I
still,
got I
I
got
still
four
want to.
people in this house right now who don't give a shit about what I say. So like,
Yeah.
I don't need to add to it, man.
I just want to play video games. I want to chill with people that I don't know from all the world around the world, and I want to
Right.
interview bands and musicians that become friends sometimes
Yeah.
down the line. But yeah, Danny came out here and played at the Stonies music bar down here, and it was great. It was fantastic to see him. And last time I saw him was actually before that was like in Maryland at the Record Theater when the audition was on tour with Go Radio and Eve.
Oh
Well,
wow.
Go Radio and Eve Six. That
What
tour.
year was that?
That was Jesus Christ. That was when Victor. That's when that Eve Six album came out from Fearless, which
Oh yeah.
was
Yeah.
um, which was great. Now Max is all over the place with his music, and I love it because he's just
Oh yeah.
become so interesting. That was Eve Six was that record was. Let me look at that. I'm gonna Speaking Code, which was 2012. 2012.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even still, that's quite a while ago.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you follow it, but big ups to Steve, who was the drummer of Go Radio. I know he's been battling cancer for a long time now.
I hadn't heard about
So
that. Yeah, that's
yeah,
rough. Man.
I follow him. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I see it all the time because he's posting about it for the journey and for his family and his friends. Um,
Yeah.
it's it's sad. I love the man. I just wanted to give a big ups to him. I know I haven't mentioned it a lot on the show, but Steve,
Yeah.
I love you, bro. I know we talked a lot, but like when you're his clothing line, he had a clothing line too on Warp Tour years ago, with Jack. Well, next to Jack Van Eyck, he was like all that shit. We all
Yeah.
Warp Tour was so fucking crazy back then, but
Yeah.
now it's just like a 2 day festival in a city near you.
Yeah.
Which I wish I could go to Long Beach, but I can't. I had a ticket last year, didn't
What's
go.
the now like for the 2 day warp tour? Like 500-600 bucks
No,
or
one
something?
forty nine for
Oh,
general
that's not
admission.
bad.
No,
Oh, that's
one
not bad.
No, but then you have to take in the fact that you have to travel to Long Beach. You have to find
Yeah.
a hotel. You have
Yeah.
to do Ubers and Lyfts. Like you don't want
Yeah.
to drink and drive and party with bands in a car,
No,
whatever.
not
But
anymore.
but let's do this. We've been talking too goddamn much. Let's get some of the tracks up here. We got one track up here. We got the new track, but we also have the older stuff. So
Yeah.
which one, David, do you want to go to?
Well, I don't know, man. Honestly, I would say out of the like we're doing a 5 song EP right now, and
Mm-hmm.
the first 2 tracks off there, one's Darkness and one is Walls.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of trying to go more for like our second record vibe with this, so I would say either one of those, whatever you like,
Second
you know.
record was Antidote for
Uh,
Humanity.
well, our second
No.
full length. Sorry,
Sec-
it was called Life and Surveillance.
yeah, Life and Surveillance. I'm sorry, I had that
Yeah,
record. I
yeah,
was like, why am
yeah.
I
Well, I
saying?
mean, technically, yeah, Antidote is our second record, but
Yeah,
the EP, I don't really count that because that was just a demo that they just went ahead and released. Like, we had that recorded at a local place, and they just put it out in the stores. We're like, okay, I guess that's it, right? Like, we don't get to go back in and record this with like, somebody Lord Algie or something. Like, they're like, nope, just put it right out. We're like, oh, okay.
or Kenneth Mount at the time. I would.
Yeah, like
I don't think he
literally.
was even there at the time. I don't think he was like. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he
And
was.
not to knock actually the guy who produced our EP, his name's Jason McIntyre. He did a phenomenal job with it, but we just went in like some of these guys just record local bands, and it's like, we had recorded those like almost live, like standing in a room. I mean, it
Hmm.
wasn't like today's like, normal modern multi-tracking type gig, but yeah, it would have been nice to go in and just like re-record those, but no. Yeah, so I call our second record actually our second full-length record.
Yep.
So
Yep. Life and Surveillance, which was done with Matt Hyde. Uh,
yes,
yeah.
Uncle Matt. Yep.
You still talk to him? How's he doing?
Here and there. He is very much a artist.
Yeah.
Uh, and the guy's like super busy, so it's like I only hit him every now and again with some stuff. But there for so long we weren't active, and yeah, we lost touch quite a bit there. But as far as like being close, like not close with him anymore, but I always kind of keep tabs on him. I comment on his stuff, and he'll
Yeah,
send like a
he's
fake
done
back.
a lot. He's done everything from you guys to Parkway Drive to Monster Magnet, Necro
Yeah.
Globicon. Well, let's get to the music. You choose. I want you to choose. You're the artist, David. So
Well,
any of the
I would
songs.
I would say out of any of them,
Yeah.
I would say Walls. Yeah,
Well,
Walls would
okay.
be a good one to show, kind of like what we're after on this EP here that we're dropping first.
And that is going to be later on this year when it's completed. We have no release date, but it will be
We're definitely hoping fall,
fall.
or like
There
by
we go.
fall.
See, because I know because you like we said you're a family man right now. You have your own family vacation. That's what summer is. The kids
Yeah.
are not at school, so family's on vacation. So let's do it. Here's Walls by So They Say. Enjoy. You can't hear it, but it's playing. We're just playing it over the air.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, can they hear us talking?
Yeah.
I opened
Oh,
my
good.
wounds again today and found myself in the hole that you dug from my coffin. With words you spoke them in nothing. Broken into, I keep it safe from you. 'Cause you don't need it and I don't want it. Going back to the place where it started. Deep down inside it's you. 'Cause now I'm waking up next to your ghost. This is all my fault. Your memory still haunts me. This was my downfall. So brick by brick I built these walls. It's like a curse, what's worse is needing you to keep me alive when it feels like I'm drowning. I haven't let go, but I've seen the devil. I can't let you in, I'll be back where I started. Deep down inside it's you. 'Cause now I'm waking Drugs was my downfall.
Walls right there by So They Say. And we are back with David, the lead singer, the mastermind. Travis versus you says So They Say, greatest band alive. Thank you, Travis,
That's
for
our
joining.
buddy.
Thank you for
That's our
joining.
boy.
I love it. I love it that he joined. I know it's kind of a slow chat, but people tune in these things later on when they see it on YouTube and like, oh my
Right.
god, an interview by their favorite band or favorite former band that they didn't know was still existing.
Right.
Whatever. Um, but Travis, thank you for coming in here in the Twitch chat. And if you would like, hit that follow button as well. We have a lot more interviews coming up for great bands in the future. We are taking next week off so I can do some personal errands of doctor's visits and shit. So I can get my
Yeah.
health in order. So
Yeah.
everybody get your health in order as well. That's a good thing to do. But Travis, if you have any questions for Dave, let us know in the chat. We will get them read out here. So Dave, powerful song. Your voice amazing as always. And I know the people love it. I don't know what to say. Where did this song come from? Where were you delving into your handbook of life?
Well, it kind of came from a place where I've been through a lot of life. I'm 41 years old, about to turn 42. I've been married twice. I have kids, or a child, I have step kids. I get, so it kind of came from, there for a long time. You can build as a carpenter before we got signed. I was always telling myself like, oh dude, I built that, don't worry, like it'll last through so I always kind of had this like outlook as like a tradesman being like, hey man, like my walls are so good because I build them brick by fucking brick, like, and it metaphorically, it's like you can close yourself off from everyone around you so hard that it's like, it just made sense to, kind of bring some of my craftsmen into it. And it's like, no man, I built this wall, so it's never coming down, kind of thing. And sometimes people can do that. They can push people away so good that they never come back. And you might reach a point in your life 10 years, 15 years down the road where you may regret that. And yeah, that's kind of what the song is kind of loosely based around. It's funny as far as songs go, they kind of come from like a vision in your head and like maybe a little movie you're seeing. And then you get this kind of vibe. And sometimes the lyrics just write themselves. And that was definitely one of those where I was like, the opening line is kind of uh, a little emo, and I'm like, well, that's kind of the place where you're at when you're sitting there thinking about your shortcomings and some of the ways you've wronged people and yourself. So yeah, walls, just, I know there's millions of songs called walls, but I was like, this one's mine, dude. And I really feel like lyrically I got to say what I wanted to say.
See, the thing is, a lot of song titles are already taken, but like you could easily take the route of either name it Walls or let's do it Panic at the Disco title, long and hard
Yeah.
to say, like
Yeah.
like it's hard to do for songwriters. It's like, what the fuck do we name this song? There's already 10,000. Like, do we want to get lost in the algorithm, or do we, you know, not even
Well,
release it? Like,
I was, maybe we can turn the S at the end backwards like corn, and then it's different, like,
shit.
you're not reinventing any wheels, man. Everybody's had those moments, and a lot of songs are going to kind of piggyback off of each other. Like I don't know anybody. Even Ozzy probably was getting inspired by the Beatles. Like in some of their stuff, it's just you get inspired, and a lot of times you'll have this cool line, and you're like, all right, dude, you get on Google and you're like, all right, how many songs is this in? You know, like it's so good, it's got to be already out there, and 9 times out of 10 it is. And I don't know, it's like I don't mean to step on anybody's toes with it, but yeah, generic to me sometimes. I mean, we all want happy birthday sang to us every single freaking year, and everybody sings it to everybody. It doesn't mean that you're some kind of choke artist because you're singing happy birthday to your kid or something. It's like, why don't you come up with something original, dude? It's like, I'm not. Like, that's not what today's about.
No, it's not. Um, so like with that being said, what are what before it was called Walls? Were there any other titles? Were there any other
Absolutely.
like?
That song was 14 different songs, and my band hates me because I changed it from the original. The guy who's producing us, Kevin Gates, he's always like, dude, I swear to God, if you have more than 15 minutes to sit with a song, I'm going to have like 5 different versions of it. It's like, dude, when you're writing 4 chord songs, man, you could pretty much jumble up everything. And I could write 15,000 songs off one grouping of chords, but it was actually called Hair of the Dog.
Oh wow.
And our guitar player, Alan, goes, "Hey, dude, that's like, it's kind of, I forget, I think it's like Nazareth or
Yeah,
something like
Nazareth.
an
Yes, yes.
yeah, it's like they have a song called that. I was like, so because one band from the 70s, like literally they just landed on the moon, and then like the next year that song was released. Like that's how long ago this is. Like I was like, all right, well, and it was all about like Hair of the Dog. The song was basically before it was Walls. It was like Hair of the Dog, almost meaning like I keep going back to a bad situation for myself because like it's the only thing you think makes you feel good short term, and then it turned into this other thing. And I was like, all right, hold on. I'm tired of everybody talking smack. I'm gonna go rewrite this. So that song was probably 5 different songs, had 4 different titles, all that stuff. So
Wow.
I'm glad we settled on the final though, because I feel like it it has the lyrical weight that I wanted it to have with the tone of the music. So
I like it. That's awesome. And
it's Walls now. It's
so
not Hair. So.
no, it's not Hair of the Dog. It's Walls. So with that being said, I want to take it back to the past a little bit. Are there any songs out there that you personally would want to remake of yours? Like if you could take back a little bit and maybe change it up a little bit from what it was to today.
Man,
Because we were children back then. We were growing
yeah,
up
yeah.
as a you were on the road. You were in a van, like we said.
My,
So
my worst thing is going back and finding grammar mistakes in my lyrics.
oh,
Yeah, like grammar like is really bad for me. Like using the wrong linking verbs and things like that. Like using the word "but" where you really should have said "and," or where you should have stopped the sentence completely and started something new. That is what I would go back and literally just as an editor, I just be scratching lines out and all. It was having so much red on it, you probably can't even read the lyrics no more. But yeah, like our EP for sure. I mean, shit. Some of those songs, I was 16 when I wrote them, and I wound up we formed the band in like October of 2004 and signed our record deal in February of 2005. So like we all literally kind of came together from bands around the scenes, and we were handpicked and selected this band, and we're like went in and made 2 songs, and we wound up getting the deal from Fearless off one of those songs, which I mean, the lyrics to me they were taken from a song that I totally had from a previous pop punk band that I was in. And then our guitar player had a song with just the music, and I threw that. Our singer Joe was like, well, our other lead singer, he goes, what fits completely over this, right? And I'm like, no. And he sang that over. I was like, no way. And that wound up being the song that wound up getting us our deal. And yeah, there is grammar mistakes all over that thing. I'm just like, that's what happens when you sit down and you're so rushed, man. When you finally do your deal, you don't get 1,000, like Antidote for Irony, our first record. Bob didn't like our pre-pro at all. Had to scratch everything. Went in there in 7 days. Had to write that album, and there is grammar mistakes upon grammar mistakes all over it. And that's what I would go back and fix. Not so much the music, because the music kind of is what it is for the time that it is. That
mhm.
was, I was transitioning out of like uh if from my area, the only decent musicians I could get to jam with me were in like pop punk bands. I wasn't metal enough for the metal guys. Uh, and so it's like we were transitioning out of the pop punk to be more of just a pop rock band, and yeah, with that came some speed bumps. So yeah, I don't know if I'd go back and redo anything. Probably a lot of the bridges where they're just kind of boner, kind of just like, oh, dude, we need something because we got to move on. It's like, yeah, the I would definitely think more about my bridges and making them bring you away from the song a little bit, but not so much, and then just kind of bring you back. It just got a little wild and out of control there with the time restraints, because you don't have 6 months to make everything
No,
great.
labels want it now. Labels want it now because
Yeah.
you're making them money while you're trying to make an art form happen out of
Yeah.
your brains that were, you know, early 20 something, 16, 19, 20. You're writing songs like, we've lived life a little bit. We just graduated high school 2 years ago. What the fuck are we writing about? Like, we're not adults, but we're trying
Right.
to write what we've lived. And yet, I'm going to say this, and I think Antidote for Irony was ahead of its time a little bit, in a sense of where a lot of people didn't know about you guys. And I think a lot of people
Yeah.
should have known about you guys because Fearless, and I nothing against Fearless. I love Fearless Records. I've worked with them years ago with like Sparks the Rescue and a million other bands that were on there. Artist vs. Poet, tons of other bands.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think like I don't think at the time. I think at the time they didn't push you guys enough, like out to media, out to people to get the radio play or get the notoriety of a band out of St. Louis area that is trying to, hey, we liked what we saw from this EP. We're gonna sign them and get this record out. I don't think there's a lot of push out there, and it's not your faults.
We
You
were sitting in our van getting calls from like Jason from Immortal Records being like, "Are you guys still signed? Like what's going on with you guys? Like we would love to like work something out." There was a lot of talk of that, I feel like Fearless wanted something out of us that we did not want to be. And I feel like as a business, they had to make a decision to be like, are these our guys? Because I mean, like we let Mayday Parade use our gear to showcase for Fearless,
wow.
and then ultimately they wound up getting a
Yeah.
lot of, and it's just kind of like, dude, it's an industry thing. It's like I don't fault anybody for it. I'm a real big believer in fate, and yeah, I mean, it didn't really take a trained eye to know that like we probably should have been getting more attention than we were
Yeah.
on the marketing end, and our families were like concerned, like, are they giving up on you guys? Like, what did you do? It's like, I have no answers for that, but I wouldn't have my son
Yeah.
now had they done that. Uh, so
You
there's,
probably wouldn't be here at
dude,
July 8th, 2026 talking to me. You'd probably
hey,
be
maybe
out
we would
touring
though. Maybe
on the
we would
road.
though.
Yeah, maybe
We
we would.
still
Maybe
might be talking.
because maybe things would be different. Maybe I would be on a different platform.
Yeah.
Because years ago I had a team of people around the country helping me grow
Yeah.
this, and then they
Yeah.
said, A lot of people know this, but a lot of them said, "Oh, you don't appreciate us enough. You don't what?" I'm like, "What the fuck? You are
Dude,
the
I'm
ones I got you
trying to.
to I'm the one who hooked you up with the shows that you went to do interviews and put photos at. If it
Right.
wasn't for me, you wouldn't
Right.
be doing that shit, brother and sisters of the world of music journalism." Like, so
Yeah.
like, and then with my wife having a stroke almost 6 years ago, it's been not,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I know you didn't know the story. I'm
Mm.
sorry, I didn't let you know. I know but it's like,
Prayers.
but it's
Prayers.
like, it's. She's in a hospital right now. She just had her surgery, uh, for her pick line, her dialysis line. They need to put a new one in because they have a blockage in there or something. It's not draining right or whatever. So they're doing
Yeah.
a surgery today at the hospital. I have to go pick up some of her stuff from the facility she was at because I guess she's not coming back right away. But I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe the sunrise is keeping them over, but whatever.
You're podcasting today, man.
Yeah, I know. I set this up. I said, see that the surgery wasn't a scheduled thing before I
Yeah.
planned these interviews out.
Right.
They said, "Hey, we're doing it today." Like, she called
Yeah.
me a couple hours ago. I'm like, I can't fucking like cancel these.
Oh
Like
no.
I'm, so I'm here, but I have things on my mind. At least I have my cats who hang out with me,
Yeah.
and keep me calm. I mean, Evie is right here at the window. She's chilling.
Well,
Eve, what are
your
you?
wife.
Yeah,
Your
let me.
wife's got to be very supportive of you, man.
Oh, she is. Oh, let me get her. Let me get her. Let me get Eve. Let me get the baby. Let me get the baby.
Oh, there you go.
Eve Joplin. Elvis is somewhere.
I don't have my animals with me,
Uh,
or I'd grab one.
Oh well, you're on vacation. You're on vacation, so they're at home or in a kennel or.
Well, dude, sincerely, man. Like, I mean, yeah, I hope everything goes good with her, man.
It is. It will. It will. It always does. I always. She always thinks the worst. I always think the best, and we meet in
Yeah.
the middle, and everything's well. But let's get to darkness. Let's get to darkness, and while we do that, I'm gonna give you a question so we can wrap this up after we come back from darkness. And it's my question. I always give it to every artist, every musician, because I love to hear what they have to offer. So, if you could give darkness to any other band or artist to perform in their style and genre of music, what band or artist would you take? And then what song of theirs would you want to make it into a So They Say record album or song? Sorry. So think about that while we play Darkness.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's
That's a
my
good one.
that's my go-to question. That's my go-to question every time because people love it. People say that's a great question. I'm like, "Wow. Thank you. I appreciate your thoughtfulness of thinking that's a question that people should know."
I've never been asked that question, like 100%. So
Well,
that's a good.
that's good. So let's get to it right now. Here's Darkness off their newest EP, which will be available later this fall, and hopefully we can come back and talk more about this. But this song came out last year, October, and I didn't know about it until recently when I hit up Dave and said, "Hey, let's do an interview." But here it is, "Darkness" by the boys, and So They Say. Enjoy.
There was no soul sound. I know you couldn't tell. Ask me what you see when you're in hell. My demons play to win and know me well. When I lost it all, I made it further. With both eyes closed in the darkness. Something that came from the ashes. I found myself in the darkness.
Darkness by the boys, and so they're saying we are back with David to wrap it up here so he can go hang out with his family in the Rocky Mountains. So, David, real quick, if there was one song off the older catalog that you would bring back today to perform live, what song would it be and how would it be today? How different would it be today?
Well,
I know
one
that's a
song.
tough question. I just thought of
Yeah.
it because I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me ask this question.
I feel like there's one song from our second full length LP, Life and Surveillance, called "An Apology," and I believe that that song was the beginning of me maturing into like more of a cinematic, ballady, emo rock thing that I like. I would definitely still jam that to this day and feel like it represents us, you know. And that's from 20 years ago, and that's probably one of the only songs I can say that about.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that would be cool to reminisce and see how David at 41 sounds on an old song that you
Yeah.
probably haven't performed in a couple years, you know?
Oh, funny. A couple. Yeah,
But
couple.
I was looking, okay, so I was also looking on Spotify real quick that Australia is one of your top listens. And I'm wondering, is there a chance Australia's on a list of going to So They Say show in 2027?
You know what's wild is we've been getting hit up from people being like, "You need to come here," and we were like, it's on the bucket list, man." A little pricey, you know, and
Yeah,
kind of yeah, one of those things that we don't have much
much legal.
marketing reach over there, you know. So I mean, yeah, it would be a crapshoot, I imagine, but hopefully a few people would show up, you know.
Maybe a live show, guys, when they all get together. You guys can watch him on Twitch or YouTube or
Yeah.
TikTok doing a live show.
Yeah, until
Better
things
than
start, things get
Australia.
cooking. Yeah, until we get cooking again real good, it might be a minute. So,
So let's get
but
the answer. Darkness would go to who, and what song
uh,
of theirs would you take?
I'm just gonna say the voice that I do in that chorus is directly inspired from my love of 2000 era Marilyn Manson. Uh,
Wow.
his yell sing is probably one of the coolest I voices I've ever heard. And so I would give him that, and I'd want to sing "Beautiful People."
I would like to see this live. Okay.
Yeah.
So
If we wouldn't
once
get tomatoed off stage for doing it, I would so play that song. I love that song. I don't know why.
once you come out to Vegas and book a show for the 24 Oxford at the Virgin Hotel and Casino, and I see that on the billboard at
Yeah.
work, I'm actually gonna go. I'll be there. I'll be the first person to buy a ticket. Like,
Right.
I called this show. I told
Yeah.
them to call up Beach and say, hey, book this show. Book So They
Yeah.
Say, so they can come out to Vegas.
Yeah.
Or talk to Pulsar, Patrick Pulsar. You probably know him. Maybe not. I don't know. He's the booker out here as well for the show. So I'm
I
giving
will
you
now.
guys, some word of advice, not advice, but information you need to
Yes.
instead of
Make that
searching on
happen.
the interwebs. But before you go, David, tell everybody where they can pick up any of the So They Say merch you might have, any other stuff that you might have, whatever, you know.
Really, honestly, just any of the socials. Like I said, we're kind of slowly working on the music right now. We weren't really too worried about merch, but it's coming very soon. We'll have links to it on all of our socials, MySpace, or
Ah,
that's
MySpace.
how long it's been. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Hey, Twitch, clip
a
that.
legit.
That we
That's a
need that
leg.
clipped. We
Yeah,
need that
that's a
clipped.
leg.
That's a winner
That's
right there.
that's
MySpace, So
legit.
They Say music.
Yeah. At
Uh,
least I can say my chart, dude.
or Zanga,
Yeah.
or
Definitely. Oh yeah.
livejournal.com / so they say
Oh
official.
wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hotornot.com / so they say
Oh.
official band because they wanted to be hotornot.com members. I don't know those.
Oh
I
God.
don't know.
No.
Do you
No.
remember that website? Do you remember that
I do
website?
not. Thankfully, I do not remember
So
that.
hotornot.com was kind of like a dating website where you would rate if you wanted to date the person hot or not. Like It was
like Tinder, like you swipe left or right. Like, oh, dude, that's people sapping, man.
I I had some memories of that website in college.
No,
I
no.
I met. Let me just tell you this story because it's funny because we're bringing this up. And okay, I met a girl from hotornot.com that was an RA at a college in Maryland. She came up and we hooked up.
Oh wow.
It was ridiculous. It was
Oh
ridiculous.
my god. That is so sketchy.
No, we talked and we met.
Oh,
You
you
know,
talked to her,
yeah,
yeah.
we didn't. She didn't just come up like that day. That was
Oh, okay. I was like, dang, man, you must be a
no.
pimp, dude. Like, what did you say
No,
to her, dude?
no. But everybody, so they say, go follow them. David, that was just something funny to wrap it up with. I'm
That's really
sorry,
good.
but let's go. We're gonna raid out Dave. We're gonna raid out to our buddy Coco all the way in Yokohama, Japan. He's actually watching a little bit of AEW right now, so we're gonna go
Wow.
raid him.
Yeah.
And yeah, AEW wrestling happening right now. It's a Summer Beach phenomenal show that they have with Kenny Omega and MJF going for the title. But
Right.
David, thank you so much. Honor and privilege
Nothing.
to have you on here. I love it. You have a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah, peace. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to New Music Inferno with our boy, the man, the myth, the legend, David from So They Say. But we're gonna raid over to Coco. Guys, come with us. Travis, hit me up with a follow, brother. Hit that follow button before we leave. You know you want to. We're gonna go over to Coco. I know we're gonna bring him up here. He's over there live watching AEW with James Legend. Hit that follow button, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with Wolfeye Nashoba Naira to talk wrestling with her on JR's Wrestle House. So, guys, stay tuned for more fun interviews with musicians in the very near future. But I love you guys. I gotta go, and we'll head over to David.